Hey everybody, Jeff here. Today is Tuesday, May 26, 2020. Hope everybody's having a great day today. Sorry, the rain kind of threw me off a little bit today. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are having fun in the rain. If you want to do something crazy, I always tell people, go dance with your wife or your husband or your boyfriend or your girlfriend. Go dance with them out in the rain. It'd be a little bit of fun, right? It's all about creating and making memories with people. And sometimes, some of the corniest things that we can do end up being some of the most memorable moments we have in our lives. So, as far as motivation goes today, and as far as things that you can do right now, motivation, if you want to know a little bit more about motivation does not automatically come to you. Motivation is not one of those things to where you just, I'm going to be motivated today, and you go around putting and pouting and, the whole world's coming to an end. People that have a lot of drama in their lives, that say a lot of rumors and gossip and stuff like that, they're not motivated. And the reason why these people are not motivated, or they're motivating, is because motivation is a product of positive reinforcement. Okay, let me say that again. This is my theory. Motivation is a product of positive reinforcement. It means no matter what, you go out there, you're going to get the job done no matter what it takes. No ifs, ands, or buts. You're not going to quit at any level. And it doesn't matter if you're working out or going for a job. Doesn't matter if you're a new father or a new mother for the first time in your life. Doesn't matter if you're what job you work at. If you go into it with motivation, meaning you go into it with a positive outlook, man, I'm going to do this today, this day, this today, and you set your goals right at a limit to where barely reachable, but are reachable, then eventually you're going to keep hitting those goals every single time. Now, I had a buddy of mine, a really good friend of mine, once tell me that goals are nothing. It means nothing. People shouldn't set goals because they're unrealistic. I completely 100% disagree. Because you need to basically strive for something every day. You need to shoot for something every day. Now, like an Olympic athlete, what does an Olympic athlete do? An Olympic athlete strives every day to be the best in the field that they're in, whether it's swimming like Michael Phelps, or running, or the long jump. Maybe it has to do with ice hockey, or maybe the women's soccer team or the guys' soccer team. No matter what it is, you have a goal set for yourself. Maybe it's winning a gold medal. A lot of people don't look at winning a gold medal, though. That's too high of a goal. What they do is they look at what I'm doing right now. How can I improve myself? That's where motivation starts. How can I improve myself? How can I become better? How can I become faster? How can I become smarter? How can I become more in touch with what's going on? It starts with you first. Motivation is a positive reinforcement that starts with you and you first. If you can't do that, you're never going to be motivated. The people around you are going to see it. Leaders, you can tell leaders that are born to lead. You can tell who leaders are when they actually go out of their way and they say and do things that uplift others, no matter what is said about them. Because that's what motivation's about. Motivation's not about, what other people can do for you. It's about what you can do for others and yourself. So if somebody's doing something great and you give them a compliment on them, that's going to entice them to do better and be better. But in turn, that's going to make you feel good, and that's going to do better for you because maybe they're on your team. Maybe it's a basketball player. Maybe it's a fellow teammate. Whatever it is, the positive reinforcement goes on to your team because you guys all are actually doing the same goals together. Okay, maybe it's to lose weight. Maybe it is to get through college. You see so many people every day trying to get through college, and you got to ask, where is their support structure? Where are they being helped at? Who are they helping? As Zig Ziglar says, you help enough people get to the top, they'll pull you to the top. And that's what success comes from. Motivation is just a tool that gets you there. I promise you every day, if you are not somebody that already has money or success in your life from like your family or something, and you walk around every day bad-mouthing people, talking bad, always going towards the negative end of the spectrum, I promise you, you'll never get motivation. I promise you, you'll never be motivated. Are you But the thing about it is, motivation is a positivity. So you're positively not going to be motivated? Now that's positive. It's kind of funny how that works, huh? Two negatives will never equal a positive. Okay? But two positives will equal more positives, because the more times you succeed, the more times you reach your goals, the more times that you learn to set the bar just a little bit higher, to push yourself just a little bit more, to go just a little bit faster, to be at the job and maybe you want to go to the next position. Maybe you're a factory job, you want to go from working on assembly line to paint line. Maybe you want to go from paint line to product placement. Maybe you want to go from product placement to loading the trucks, to the loading dock. Maybe you want to be the truck driver. Always outdoing yourself. It's not what other people think, say, or do. It's about what you do for yourself. And in turn, you can benefit other people. The motivation right now with this coronavirus, and I'm going to tell you right now, you know what? If I was a business owner and I was going to hire people because I got to get my job, I got to get my workplace all open back up, and now I got to hire from college, or I got to hire from technical schools, or I'm going to hire from the military. Well, when the coronavirus is done, I'm going to actually look at everything people did during the coronavirus. So if you come to me and you were in college, okay, and I ask you, what'd you do? And you're like, oh, well, I binge watched the Stanford Wives, or I binge watched The Blacklist, or, you know, I caught up on all my Netflix and my Prime videos. And I'm going to shake my head and be like, great, so what did you do to better yourself? Well, nothing. I couldn't do anything. Good, you're not going to get the job. I would already fire you. I'd already not even consider you in the running. Okay? So then take, for instance, I'm going to do something where you want to come work, maybe something that's more of a physical attribute. Okay, so while you're off and you want to work here, I'm going to ask questions like, so what do you know about the company? Well, nothing. I'm coming. That's why I turned in a resume, an application. I'm like, okay, I'll take the resume and I'll throw it away. What do you know about the company? Well, nothing. Good. You spent the last couple months during the coronavirus doing nothing and not even researching on what you can do or what our company does, but you want to come work for us. Here you have all the time in the world to research companies, to actually look at different businesses, to call people, to ask questions, to investigate. You know, if you do not get a job, a lot of it is going to be on you, because like I said, you're making the choice on what to do. You're making the choice on being better or bettering yourself. You're making that choice. Okay? The choices are yours. And a motivated person, you're not going to catch them in front of a TV. A motivational person is going to basically start reading more books. If they have to get a Kindle, read books on Kindle, you know, order books off Amazon. They're going to find a way to read help, okay? If you work for a company and all of a sudden you can't do anything because of the coronavirus, but you're not looking at ways of maybe changing, or maybe ways of being able to get the product out there. Maybe if you work for yourself with the company and you're, then why on earth should you get paid? Why on earth should you get anything? There's never a such thing as a free ride. So if you're out there motivating and basically you got to think and you decide that I'm going to join the military because I can't get a job. So you know what you got to do if you're going to join the military? You need to run every day. You need to go outside and run. Guess what? They never shut down the roads to run on. They never said you couldn't do push-ups and sit-ups. You're trying to lose weight, you're allowed to go outside during the coronavirus. That's an excuse. Everybody's got excuses. The truly motivated people find a reason, a positive reinforcement reason for true motivation. Meaning, man, you know what? I want to lose this weight. Great. Okay, here's what I got to do. I got to go outside and walk. I got to do it on my own. I got to do push-ups. I got to be creative and make my house a workout center. Okay? Maybe you want to take college courses. You can, you know, with all these online colleges, you can take college courses. You can take college from local community colleges, right? Okay, how come you're not thinking of any of that time? If you're thinking outside the box on how to better improve yourself for whatever job you want or whatever you want to do in life, maybe you want to open up a company or a business, but because no loans are going out, because things are closed down right now, maybe you should go back and learn not to write a resume, but learn how to do a business proposal. Learn how to write up a business plan, you know? In the military, we learn business plans all the time. Even though they're mission objectives, we still did our best, and we had to be ready for what the world was going to throw at us. We didn't just say, oh, I don't know. No, you plan for every contingency. You plan for every outcome, and you do it as much as you can. you may miss, but guess what? Your chances of landing something are even better, okay? Maybe you want to set your mind on running a marathon, but you never signed up. Now you got all this time at home and you're seeing like later on the year, maybe you can finally sign up for that marathon that you wanted to run. You don't have to win it. You just finish line the first time. After that, then start setting goals. Right now, the goal is to get in it, to complete it, to accomplish it, okay? Maybe you always wanted to put a certain puzzle together. Guess what? You're using your cognitive mind on putting a puzzle together, and you're using your own personal attributes to put a puzzle together. My grandma, I remember when she was at home, she used to do crossword puzzles all the time. And I see a lot of people that used to do crossword puzzles all the time. She played solitaire, played Scrabble, you know, she did word games. You know, there was never a time where somebody in my family, but here's the kicker. They weren't doing it for anybody but themselves. And you know, they had a lot of knowledge, they had a lot of know-how. Maybe you're trying to learn how to do the stock market now because, like I said, maybe before you never, these are things I thought of doing. And I researched it and I did my homework on it. You don't have to be the best at everything, but you know what? If you start learning about stuff, okay, maybe you can then learn a new trade, a new trick, a new occupation. You know, instead of arguing with people in politics, go start reading somebody else's viewpoints. You know, instead of being set on watching one news source, maybe turn it off and actually go research what they're talking about, and you become the expert in that field, and then they'll listen to you instead of just taking everybody's word for it and going with it. See, you can better yourself every day. You just have to want to do it. You just have to make it matter, make it count. Do you think the military is sitting on their butts right now doing nothing? No, because you know what? The enemy's training, so is the military. Okay? Do you think hackers are online? I hate to say this. There are people, they're trying to improve their game, which means you need to be improving your skill levels so they can't breach you, so they can't hack you. Okay? Maybe you're looking to invest your money. This is a great time to start reading up on ways to invest. Now, getting back to my point. To be motivated is up to you. To set goals for yourself is up to you. To want more, to be more is up to you. You're not going to get a job. You're not going to get into college if you do nothing. And this time, the coronavirus is not an excuse to work. And if you say, well, I'm making more off the government, great. Guess what? Those checks will stop. Then you have to go back. Guess what? If I were the employer and you chose not to come back because you were making more, I won't hire you back. I'm sorry, I just won't. No one's forcing me. I don't have to hire you back. You know why I'm not going to hire you back? It's because you got a little bit more, and now you are basically eating it for what it's worth, but you're putting my business in harm's way. You're basically making my business. But on the other hand, if I know that my employees came back to me, I knew they were great employees, you know what I would do? I would start reaching what they were making from the government. If they come back to work for me, I would start working towards that. I would start asking questions on how we can improve the business, how we can be better at what we're doing, where we can go from here. Okay? So in life, you're right. Everybody thinks the grass is greener on the other side. And I'm sure with the coronavirus, everybody my payment. But you know what's going to happen? Reality is going to set in. You're going to have to you got to pay things back. You got to pay people. You got to get things done. You actually have to make an attempt to get your life back on the roll again, because it's not going to be like this. And you should always plan for a rainy day. And I don't necessarily mean with money. I'm talking about you yourself. Do you only know one skill set? Or can you look around and have like a backup plan for a backup plan for a backup plan? You know? And those that basically took this time to put their kids in front of a TV and did not take the time to get to know their kids, that's on you. Here you can take the time to ask your kids questions and everything else. Me, I always do my best to talk to my daughter. I always ask questions. I'm always inquisitive. Does it get me in trouble? I don't know. All I know is I care about my daughter's life, who she is, and what she's becoming. And she's the most beautiful little girl in the world. But I also want her to have skills, a skill set, or something that she can fall back on. So the more things I can do with her now, maybe she'll enjoy a couple of those things, to where if one thing later on in life doesn't fall through, she knows that there are other avenues, there are other things that she can do. Okay? I mean, right now, other than the rain, how come you haven't done an urban garden or planted a garden with your kids? How come you didn't do it for yourself, okay? Maybe get a flower and start trying to take care of a flower or something. All this in the utmost kindness. But you gotta do more. You gotta be more for this motivation. Motivation is about you. You know, in the Marine Corps, we do like, motor, got a lot of motivation, da got a lot of dedication, hoorah, get some. You know what's doing, we're doing that, it's getting our heartbeat up. It's taking your mind off the run, or taking our mind off the mission. And that's what cadences do. They take your mind off it. They basically get you in step with everybody else. So everybody's at the same speed, but nobody falls behind. It's the idea that you're as good, the best you can be is as good as the slowest person you have on your team. The weakest link is the best that you can do. So maybe you need to go and ask your team, ask your friends, ask your family what you can do to help them improve, okay? And you know, during this coronavirus with all the phones and videos and, you know, everything going on, for you not to have called a family member by now or a friend or anything else, it shows how greedy. It also shows how you really never cared in the first place. And now, sure, I'm sure I'm going to get a backlash at that, but think about it. We've all been down for months now without doing a thing. How come you didn't call those loved ones? You know, next time something happens to somebody and give them a call. Well, guess what? Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but you didn't. If, ands, and buts do not exist. Mrs. Latour, 6th grade math teacher, St. John's, later 5th grade math teacher, Baldwin Elementary, used to say, I don't ever want to hear the what ifs. Math is simple. Don't give me the what ifs on anything. If the sky fell today, what would happen? Who cares? It's not going on. Don't give me the excuses of why you cannot do something. Give me the reasons why you did something. Give me the reasons why you're currently doing something. Give me your goals. Give me your hopes. Tell me what you're scared of. Tell me how I can help you. Call your mom. Call your dad. Call your sister. Call your brother. My God, this is the most I've talked to my sister in years. You know, and it has nothing to do other than everybody's so busy. I'm so proud of my sister. I'm so proud of my brother-in-law. I'm so proud of my nephews. They're extremely smart and talented. I'm proud of my daughter. I am proud of my father. My little cousin, which I don't know that well, but my little cousin Andrew just got married over the weekend. We weren't able to go because of some family medical stuff. But, you know, now, they're not goes to the cousins, the second cousins, and the third cousins. Don't let your life pass you by. Take every opportunity you can to get something accomplished, to do something. Okay? I've got friends. Just in case you're wanting to know, atheism means you do not believe in a higher power, you don't believe in God. Agnostic is you neither believe nor not believe that there is or is not a God. You know, Christianity, Muslim, Hindu, you know, there's thousands of religions. If you have a friend or something, why don't you call them up and ask them about that? You know, if you want to know more about somebody, why don't you ask them about the religion? Ask them about their politics. And I always tell everybody, don't ever bring up religion or politics. But don't bring it up where you're arguing. Bring it out where you can be educated by them or find out how much they know. You know, a lot of times people want to hear themselves talk. They want to hear themselves speak. And Chicken Soup for the Soul, okay? I got to meet the author at one of our events. And his whole thing was, you know, some people will think you're their best friend and they think that they had the greatest conversation with you if you just shut your mouth. Just know that. Don't ever get me wrong, I do. And I know that one of my good friends, father, I love, he's probably one of the greatest. He's a priest. He calls me out on a lot of stuff, and I get that. But I'm not trying to interfere with anyone else's religion. I'm not trying to interfere with them. I pray for my family. I do pray for my friends. I do believe in a higher power. That. I mean, you can't take them all. How you doing? And last but never least, forgiveness. If you find it hard to talk to people, if you find it hard to bring something up for people, you haven't forgiven yourself. And for some reason you haven't forgiven them. We never know why people may be upset with us, mad at us. We don't even know what they're forgiving us for. But sometimes we need to forgive those who trespassed against us. We need to forgive those who wronged us. There's never anything out there that cannot be forgiven and be meant to be forgiven. I see so many people go to churches and stuff. Oh, they don't mean it. You have to mean it. But you know why you don't mean it when you're forgiving other people? Because you never forgave yourself for allowing you to have that opinion or allowing you to think that. So you never forgave. Alright, sorry I'm in Missouri. I got hills all over the place. The best motivation you can do is forgiving yourself. The best form of motivation. Forgive yourself. Your energy will start coming back. That light that kind of flickers on and off every once in a while inside your mind will come back. It doesn't take a religion to forgive. It takes a person to forgive. Better to forgive and forget than remember and remorse. You don't ever have to talk to anybody again that maybe did something against you. But you need to learn to forgive them. Alright everybody, my name is Jeffrey Jansen. I hope you're having a great night. I thank the world of each and every one of you guys. If you ever need anything, know this. You matter to me. If you've ever wronged me, I forgive you. If I've ever wronged you,